It is cold today. I'm on the East Coast, so it's cold. And this morning, when I was taking the kids to school, I opened the garage and all I heard was, "It's snowing." And I was like, oh my gosh, it's cold. And I should be used to it by now. I've been here all my life, the East Coast, dealing with cold winters. I was born in the winter. Um, but last night we were also watching the Cleveland Pittsburgh game and it was snowing on the TV. They were so excited to see the snow. And then this morning when we went outside and they were so excited to actually feel and see the snow was just like the icing on the cake for them. Do you like the winter? Do you like snow? Are you in an area that even has snow? I know for me, I like the look of the snow. I don't like the cleanup. I don't like how cold it is, but it's beautiful. Nonetheless, what is your story? Are you a good storyteller? I can be, but I can also be long, drawn out with my stories. I add my little twist of funniness to them a lot of times, but are you a good storyteller? They say that on YouTube, one of the best things to do is be a good storyteller. And what that does is it attracts an audience and it keeps their attention, especially if it has like a plot twist to it or, just something of interest or something that they find relatable. Tell a story. And that reminds me of when I was little, I would hear all the older people talk about, I got to get home so I can watch my stories. I got to get home. You know what's getting ready to happen next. And I was like, what stories are they talking about? But I figured it out later on. General Hospital, The Bold and the Beautiful, As the World Turns, whatever the music is. They loved the stories because it kept them in a sense of curiosity. It kept them in a drama or suspense type vibe of what's going to happen next. I forget that show, but it was just all over the, I don't know if it was the news or the tabloids. Who shot JR? What was the name of that show? I can't remember. I don't know. But when I was little, I heard, oh, I got to go home, watch my stories. I got to see my, and the reason why is because it kept the people's attention. It just made them curious. It was that part of the brain that just loves drama and what's going to happen next and keeping you intrigued. Telling stories is the way to go if you can tell them. Or telenovelas. Some of my friends be like, I got to watch, I forget the channel. My telenovela is going to be on, if I'm saying that right in Spanish. But yeah, another form of stories. It's kind of like an addiction, really. So now that you can DVR it, you can, pause it with your TV and all that good stuff, the people will not stop. They won't stop. It's always going to be a story that they want to watch, listen to, and follow up on. So if you can tell a story, that would be the way to go as well on your YouTube journey. Telling stories, telling stories. Oh, and I got my notes. I got my notes. So before we go out telling stories, understand your own story. What makes you curious? And what do you think your audience will be curious to know about you? And it could also be fiction, nonfiction stories, whatever you want to tell. Just know what you're going to say. Keep them intrigued. Keep their attention span, and you'll have them coming back. Now, another type of story is your personal brand. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. What is your story? Is it something that people will find interesting, relatable? Is it something that people will say, you know what, I like her, I'm going to subscribe and I'm going to come back and look at some future videos? Or I just might look at the whole catalog of what she currently has. Now, as we know, we have a lot of creators out there who are now putting their age in their titles, in their description, like I'm over 40, I'm over 50, I'm over 60, I'm starting YouTube, I've been here, I'm 80 years old. These are things that are attracting other audiences in that same age range. So if you want to tell a story about your experience prior to starting YouTube and what led you to YouTube, tell that story. Things that are relatable to others will keep them intrigued and coming back, captivated by your story, right? People love stories. And the reason for that is because stories keep you connected. There's some type of relatability that is offered when someone is telling a story. And just make sure you try it. Try storytelling. Okay, so on your next couple of videos, if you have a story to tell, if you think it's funny, interesting, captivating, intriguing, full of drama, full of suspense, tell the story. And again, this is the beginning. If you want to practice telling the story off, well, no, record it. Record yourself telling the story, take multiple takes, and then the best one, just go ahead and publish it. Again, we're in practice mode, so no worries there. Just go ahead and post it. The more that we practice, the better that we get. And if you need some help, write down some notes. Refer to your notes. I always do. All right. I hope this was helpful for you. I appreciate you being here as usual. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. And if there's snow in your area, enjoy that snow. See you on the next video.